Now, one of the big things that a lot of people are really looking forward to seeing in Star Wars Episode 9 has all to do with the major cameos from the originals and the prequels that will be connected to this movie by director J.J. Abrams, that'll be used in a way to really benefit some of the many characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, and a whole lot more in this story. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, one thing about Episode 9 that a lot of fans are really curious about is, of course, exactly how some of the cameos will be utilized in this story and exactly how it's going to push some of the characters like Kylo Ren and Rey forward in the plot of this film. Now, I wanted to get on the subject of Harrison Ford as Han Solo. In case you guys did not know, he is in fact returning as Han Solo once again in various forms in Episode 9, mostly in the forms of flashbacks and visions, etc. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for Episode 9 with Harrison Ford. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that are planned for reshoots during the month of July is set to take place over in Cardington, where Harrison Ford is said to be involved in a vital scene for the film. It's described that one of the scenes will involve Harrison Ford to perform in front of a green screen, where it's described that they will use the footage of Han to be keyed in during one of the lightsaber duels between both Kylo Ren and Rey, where it's described to be added into a scene that involves Kylo witnessing a vision of his own father during a pause between his duel with Rey in the middle of a thunderstorm. The sequence is said to include new emotional dialogue that is going to cause remorse within Kylo Ren and even distracts Kylo from the battle. The sequence is said to occur moments before the Dark Acolyte appears before Kylo and Rey. The vision of Han Solo is said to be created by Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost as a way in an attempt to turn Kylo Ren to the light side of the Force. So, let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, in case you guys did not know, this movie really is all about changing how we view not just the entire Skywalker saga, but also on expanding certain elements that were really kind of only teased with in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and really taking it to the maximum in Episode 9. So, with the rise of Skywalker, bringing back Han Solo himself, portrayed by Harrison Ford, really is going to be quite a thrill and is going to be quite surreal to see on the big screen. Knowing that the character is dead and seeing these visions throughout Kylo Ren's mind that are in fact going to be initiated by the Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker. So, the whole entire sequence that involves both Rey and Kylo Ren during their lightsaber duel, there is a pause at a certain point in time where the vision of Han Solo is all set and ready to appear before Kylo Ren's very own eyes that are initiated by Luke's Force Ghost. So this seems like a great attempt by Luke and, of course, creating the vision of Han Solo to really distract Kylo Ren from the lightsaber duel between himself and Rey. Now, everything that happens here is said to take place before the events of the Dark Acolyte and his appearance. In case you guys did not know, the Dark Acolyte does have a big connection to the spirit of Sidious. In fact, the spirit of Sidious is said to infiltrate his body by the third act of Episode 9. Now, Harrison Ford being involved in Episode 9, I gotta tell you guys, it really is a step in the right direction by Disney and Lucasfilm. Is it an act of desperation? I think so. I would definitely have to say so, that I don't believe that, it really is a genuine move per se. It seems like that they are doing this in response to the backlash that The Last Jedi received, and also as a way in order to really add more emotion to, of course, the death scene of Han Solo in The Force Awakens. I think that was one of my only big complaints about Episode 7 at the time, was when Han Solo was killed off. It really did not hit me too much, I guess you could say, emotionally speaking, because yes, I saw my favorite character die, that was emotional, but at the same exact time, it didn't feel quite authentic enough for me. I feel like that they should have had scenes together before Han Solo's death, and that would have created a great build-up to that moment, that hence would have made it more dramatic, in my point of view at least. So I think that this is JJ's way of really patching things in to make us look back at the death scene between both Han and Kylo Ren, and really kind of just, making us look at Episode 7 in a more emotional way. And like I've always said, Episode 9 really is going to be a movie that's going to use a lot of those elements in order to make the whole father and son dynamic a big thing in Episode 9. And Harrison Ford being back as Han Solo once again, I mean, what's not to like about that, right? Now, some people out there may dislike this, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own opinion. But this is a vision that is initiated by the Force Ghost of Luke, only showing us that this is, of course, another power that the Force Ghosts are able to do in the mortal world. So that's something that I think is very intriguing to see, and giving Luke Skywalker's ghost somewhat of a purpose and or a role in Episode 9. Mind you, Luke will be back alive in the form of flashbacks as well, and there are a lot of hints and or indicators that we have been going over that he will at least come back to life temporarily in order to do something incredible for Kylo Ren. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.